retired from modeling many times. And what my agent used to always say is like, everyone's always like, oh, I want to be like Kelly Bensimon. He's like, well, you have to go to college, and then you have to write 7 books, and then you have to start magazines, and you have to do all these things. And they're like, wait, she did all this stuff? I thought she was just on TV. Just because people didn't know who I was doesn't mean that I hadn't done the work.
You wanna be a boss today.
Welcome back to the BILFPod, where authenticity trumps authority. Now, if you know real estate, then you know Kelly Bensimon. Well, you have an extensive history, but I know we're focusing big time because you are a big real estate guru, and I love that you're just like a badass woman. That is amazing to me.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, girl.
I know, I'm so excited. Welcome back to New York.
Yes, I love it here. This is like my kinder spirit state.
Why? This is where you're from.
I love it
your
here.
Like vibe, family vibes.
It's so vibey here. I just love everything about it. And you are very New York. Look at you, little hot mama over here. Well, welcome to
I was
the
like, I have to dress
BILFPod.
up today. I was like, I have to like.
I don't think it takes much for you because you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I think
Thank
everything
you.
just looks good on you.
Oh, thank you.
You're wearing the clothes they don't wear
I'm
you.
just gonna hang out here. I'm gonna live here, nestle, nest in here.
Well, you are a true boss. So BILF stands for boss I'd like to follow, but I think you're like the real boss I'd like to follow.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, look at your accolades: TV personality, author, model. I mean, girl, come on. That's incredible.
Thank you.
And you did all that.
You feel so gorgeous.
You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right, so I heard, or I know, that you started modeling at 15
Yes.
years old.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that.
So I started modeling. I'm from Brockford, Illinois, and I started modeling when I was 15, and that kind of set the stage for this balance that I learned at a very, very young age of going to school and also working. So I always had to, time, effort, resources. I always had to be on time. I always had to be prepared, and I always had to be ready for anything. Yeah. So my papers had to be done because I was modeling. Who knows where I was going to be in London or Africa or wherever I was going to be. And I obviously had to, finish high school. And so I learned at a very, very young age how to balance, not work life, but work.
Yeah. And discipline, obviously.
Major discipline.
So you want to hear something funny? Like, side note, it's off. The questions are going to kill me, but I don't care. My other side of the family is from Springfield, Illinois.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that.
That's so
I
crazy.
Love that.
It's insane. Every time I tell people that, they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah,
love that.
I know."
I love
so
that.
The Midwest met New York, and then they had me.
Yes.
Yeah, and here I am.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the supermodel diet. Is this like a real thing?
So the supermodel diet, I wrote that in 2010 because I have 2 girls, and we were talking all about like being skinny, and I was a model for so long, and I had every single eating disorder you could have. I tried.
Yeah.
So I tried the bulimia. I tried the not eating. I tried everything. Because I was like, oh my God, everyone else is doing it. I should do it. Which is like that's just such a young mindset kind of thing. It's awful, but I was a victim to that, and just anything to be skinny. And so when we were on Housewives, I was just like, this is not my vibe. It's like healthy options today. I can make you hot. I can make you smoking hot all day long because I lived my life outside of trying all these cockamamie, awful, get skinny quick tricks. I had such discipline. So I was like, what am I doing? This is so not me. And so I have really spent, the past since 2010, just really talking to women about taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is it. This is your body. This day is never going to come back again. We're never going to have the same body, the same mindset, all these things again. So you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really important for my girls, especially they went to all-girls school. They were raised by me. And just really, really important for women and men alike. People don't realize how many men also have serious eating issues. And so, it's the food uniform is something that's critical to your everyday life. And it goes back to what you were talking about at the beginning about discipline.
Yeah.
So if Monday through Friday you are eating well, so whatever that is for you, then on Saturdays and Sundays you can do whatever you want,
Yeah.
but you have to have the consistency. It's like you can't expect to like do well in work if you're like, I was partying until 4:00 in the
Right.
morning. I showed up to work and I smell like booze. People are going to be like, we don't want you.
Yeah.
The person that's doing well is the person that's showing up. They're ready. They're ready. They're able. They're willing. They're excited. Those are the people that really start to succeed. And like you said, also at the top, about that authenticity and that, actually being there is much more important than the smartest person in the room is always going to be the smartest person in the room, but they need the minions to get the work done. Absolutely. And those are the ones that really, people like me, who are like working, getting things done well.
Yeah.
And eating well is super important. I mean, you can't be a boss if you're not eating well. It just doesn't work.
It's all part of, it's funny that you say that.
I'm sorry. It's like all like everything you were saying. I was like, that goes back to that. That goes back to that.
It's funny because I think Allison's right. We are very parallel. So having a daughter, especially, I have a 17-and-a-half-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And growing up like with my mom, it was a big deal always being skinny. Like this is something that we strive for forever. I remember just growing up with like low-fat Twinkies. Everything in my house was like NutraSweet, low-fat, no fat. This is how I grew up. Like you did not eat a carb. So now my daughter is 17-and-a-half and she struggles. And like I'm trying to explain to her, but it's hard to explain. And would you agree, because you know more about this than me, that diet and the way that you look, it starts with what you put in your mouth. It's 80%. Right. Like you can work your ass off in the gym, but if you're eating like shit, it's not working.
Well, didn't Garfield say that diet is die with a T? Like back in the day, like that was a funny cartoon. I mean, it's really not diet. It's a food uniform. It's like if you want to be an athlete, you have to eat a certain way. Yeah. If you want to be, successful in life, you have to eat a certain way. If you want to treat your body, if you want to be a Ferrari, you have to treat your body like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh my God, let me drink a Diet Coke and see like what happens.
Yeah, you're not going to put 87 fuel in your Ferrari. You're not going to do that. You're going to
put that. I used to drink a lot of Diet Coke, but after doing the quarter test, I was like, I'm not drinking any more Diet Coke.
Yeah, but I think everything's in moderation too.
Right.
I'm not saying starve 100%. Yourself and don't ever take a bite of chocolate.
That's why the food uniform works, because, and you asked me, is it sustainable? And it is sustainable because your Monday through Friday has always been like that. Yeah. You've always had that mindset since you were young. Like you went to school, you had your lunch, you did your homework, you did your after school activities, you went home, you did your homework, and then you woke up the next morning and did the same thing. So you were that kind of discipline, and that pattern has already been ingrained in you for so long. So to change it up, it's like, why? If it's not broken, don't fix it.
I agree. So any other plans for a cookbook? Anything in the works?
I mean, I make food. So I worked with the most amazing chef Seth Levine, and we cooked a lot of really healthy, fun recipes. And then I wanted to do an homage to my mom, who made, she always loved to like make food for us.
What's your favorite cuisine?
I love all different kinds of food, but I really love Mexican food. Yeah. I do. I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's just because like in Illinois, we had like no good Mexican growing up. I was like, wow, what is this? This is avocado. Oh, whoa, this is really good.
Spicy.
Yeah, I was like, spicy, delicious. So yeah, I just think that that life is about consistency. Yeah. And also, it's like, I was watching some of your Instagram and about, you and I are very similar because we're very like list oriented, not like long lists, but like 1, 2, 3.
I feel like we look alike too. Like I'm looking at you, I'm like, am I looking at myself?
I know, we have like similar hair.
Yeah, right? And the hand movements, like, it's kind of freaking me out.
But like you're really like good with like the lists. You're really good with like keeping things simple and short, like 3 things you need to do today. Like, and that's how I've always been. Yeah. Maybe it's my magazine business, or, I just always think of like, let's categorize things. Let's put things in a micro box so we can get things done.
Yeah. It's not that hard either. It's about intentionality too.
Just do it.
Right? That's what I say. That Nike came up with the best slogan.
I'm serious,
do it.
Just
do it. Stop procrastinating. Just fucking do it. Like, what is what's so hard about this?
Right.
I don't even understand. But I think it all goes back to discipline, because you did modeling. I did bodybuilding for a little bit.
Oh, you did? Oh,
I just did it to lose weight. Like, let's not carry it away.
Cow, yeah.
Let's, like, I had a baby, and then I was like, I got to get the weight off first. So let me try the most.
But bodybuilding is like serious.
Yeah, bikini. Like I worked with a coach, but bodybuilding, to build muscle back. So, but it teaches you discipline, and it also allows you to be creative in your own way. So how do you think your modeling has influenced you in your creative space? In your branding?
Yeah. That uniform.
That's what
how to
back
dress.
To the same thing.
how to be ready for everything. I mean, even down to like nude underwear, like always wearing nude underwear when I would go to work.
That's so funny. I literally, when I was getting my stuff ready today, I was like, oh, I got to make sure I have the nude underwear.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
so
just like
funny.
little tiny things that really always being like when I was a model, I mean, back in the Ice Age, but so long ago, we had to always wear black dresses. And my first audition with Patrick Demarchier for Vogue, I was wearing white twin-toed sneakers, white shorts, and a white tennis polo. And my agent was like, yeah, you're booked for Vogue tomorrow, but don't ever wear that again. And Patrick was always like, yes, Kelly, she's so cute and fun and fresh. And my agent was like, no, we don't want cute, fun, and fresh. We want you to be in a black dress and simple so they could kind of see the outline and see what you look like. And so I always thought to myself, oh, okay, that's what that looks like, just to keep it simple. And so in my book, I call it KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Just keep things simple.
That's funny. That's what we use in my sales industry. Everything is KISS. Don't overcomplicate the sales process.
Rules keep us safe.
Yes, but very easy rules.
I know.
My
but then you
husband,
can break them too. But just know what the rules are.
Once they're out of control and all over the place, it just doesn't make sense. My husband's that way. He makes these formulas. I'm like, Seth, nobody understands what you're even talking about. Just make it easy. I mean,
that.
I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but if the directions are easy, anybody can do it.
But you don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed. You just have to have the tools in your tool belt.
Yes.
That's all you need. You just need the tools. You don't need to be the best. You just need to be the one that has the right tool.
I say this
I know to use a hammer when I need a hammer. Not like, oh my God, let me try a screwdriver because maybe that'll work.
Yeah, no, it's easy. Just let's not complicate it with a special hammer that has a thing on.
Okay, now I have to start bodily building because we're we're kindred spirits here.
We are, but it's parallel to everything that we do. Is keeping it simple, keeping everything kind of aligned. And I know also you have an MBA. I have a master's degree. You were smarter, did business, but I did not. I did criminal justice just to shut my mom up.
Right.
But there's a big controversy about education lately, and for me, I don't know if you were brought up like this, but I was brought up you have to go to college. I didn't know there was a choice to go to college. I thought everybody just went.
No. I mean, there wasn't even an option. And I was doing really well in modeling. And my dad was like, yeah, you're going to be in college.
Yeah, that was this. There was just no choice. You were going to college and college wasn't enough. So then my mom was like, all right, because law school was my trajectory. And I was like, well, we'll see. So I got a master's degree. So how important do you view education?
I mean, again, it goes back to knowing those rules and that foundation.
Yeah.
And, I want everybody to have a baseline. Just have a baseline. If you have a baseline, you can go anywhere. Absolutely anywhere.
Yeah.
But you have to have a baseline.
I agree.
And so
college teaches you that too.
It does. It teaches you the formula. So you're just like, oh, I know what to do. I'm just going to throw this there, that, and there, put it up, put it in the Cuisinart, and poof, it's going to come out.
It does. I think college is, I think this, I've veered away from forcing, because I don't think my son is going to go to college. I want him to go. And I think that he needs the foundation. And I think college, for my daughter has to go to college. There's no, we're not veering away from that.
Right.
Because she needs that.
Right.
She needs to go there and experience it. And college teaches you so many fundamentals that they don't prepare you for in life. But my son, he's different. I do think he needs some sort of education. So I always teeter back and forth. But I think college, I venture to say college is really important. It is important.
I think what's also interesting too is Harvard Business School, if you follow them online, they have all these free classes that you can take.
Yeah.
So as long as you are in a class that is helping you to be a better version of yourself, taking one test class, taking another class. I'm always learning something new. Now my youngest daughter's like, Mom, we're learning Italian. I'm like, okay, we're learning Italian.
I love it.
So if you're constantly learning things and you're always evolving, but it's always the same thing. It's every single thing that you learn has a baseline, whether it's learning a language, whether it's learning a new, trait, whether it's learning social media, whether it's learning marketing, whether it's learning, becoming a doctor. Everything you have to have a baseline. You have to have a baseline.
I agree.
So just, encouraging him to be curious.
He needs to get
is the best thing
something.
ever. It's the best thing.
Yeah, if he wants business, then he just needs to go just take some business courses.
Right.
You
just take a course. You never know.
It's constant. You're ever learning. Who doesn't want to learn all the time? It's constant. In this world, you have to be open to learning because we're constantly evolving.
But you never know who that person is going to be in your life.
Yeah.
Who's going to help you go to that next level.
Agreed.
And that may be a coach, that may be a chef, that may be a friend, that may be a teacher, that, you never know who that's going to be. And so to not explore and celebrate, I mean, a lot, it's like even on social media, there's a lot of experts out there who have taught me a lot of stuff, like you. Yeah. You're always, imparting knowledge and interviewing people who have like a strong knowledge base. And it's just important. It's important to know what the facts are so you can actually move forward.
No, I agree with you. I agree. So now at this point, so let's like...
So I'm an advocate of education.
Yeah.
I am a strong advocate of higher education.
Yeah.
However, the world has changed. But what I want to say is that there's a lot when I was, I retired from modeling many times. And what my agent used to always say is like, everyone's always like, oh, I want to be like Kelly Bensimon. He's like, well, you have to go to college. And then you have to write 7 books. And then you have to start magazines. And you have to do all these things. And they're like, wait, she did all this stuff? I thought she was just on TV.
You're like, no.
No.
There's a lot more to me.
I mean, just because they didn't want, just because people didn't know who I was doesn't mean that I hadn't done the work.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, look where you're at. So you were on the house. Look at you. You're like you're so sexy and cute. I love you. So you're on the Housewives, and so you're on the Housewives, which is like, I wouldn't really picture you as a housewife, like talking to you. I really wouldn't take you, but you were, however, you were on there, which is great. So how did that, and I imagine that's very invasive. It's in your face, in your life. So how did that teach you, like, first of all, you were very visible, but what about your vulnerability? Because it was showcased on there as well.
Yes, I think the vulnerability is super important in everything.
And you're like an OG housewife, too. I think people don't know that you're really, I know you're really involved in real estate, but you really are an OG.
I mean, I think what's fascinating is that there's been a lot of housewives from, every single state. And I think that what's fascinating is that people are still asking me about housewives and still genuinely really interested in me, which is like, there's a lot of housewives. I'm like, oh my God, I loved her. And then I don't know what she's doing. People are genuinely interested. And I think one reason they are interested is because they know that I speak up for myself, and they know that I'm not afraid. Like,
taking shit.
If you want to be like, if you have like an agenda and you want to come after me, you can go after me all day long. But like, when I'm done filming, I'm going to go and have my life. And that was really fun. And I'm glad we had a really good time, but I'm going to go and enjoy my life. And so I never brought it home. I never brought my work home with me.
It was just a part of you.
And so I think that made people very intimidated. I think that they were like, wait a minute, like, I'm not getting to her. I'm like, no, you're not.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Like, you're not.
I don't care.
I'm going to be up here. I'm the adult in the room. I'm down here.
But what happened when they showcased your vulnerability? Were you like, can you edit that out?
I mean, I wish they showcased my vulnerability because I had gone through so much. I mean, I was a single mother, which no one wanted to hear about. They were like, being a single mother isn't sexy. People don't want to hear about you being a single mother.
Why?
Because at the time, like, I was a single parent and people didn't want to talk about it. They just didn't want to. They didn't want to know about it. I was
a single parent for a while.
They just like thought it was like not like taboo. Chic and cool.
It's very taboo.
They wanted me to be like the supermodel that like everything like doesn't bother me and it's all lollipops and rainbows and I just go outside and I pick from the tree and there's $100 bill. I'm like, I need more than $100 bill. It needs to be like a $10,000 bill because like life is expensive. But so I think they wanted me to be something, and I'm also like I can be a little tough. Like if I don't like something, I'm like, okay, like
I'm righteous.
Like
I'm very righteous too.
Go.
Yeah.
And so I think that they weren't expecting me to be tough.
That's the best part,
but
though.
I'm also very dismissive. I'm just like, I never forget the scene after Scary Island, and we were sitting there at the lunch table, and they were all asking about Scary Island. They're like, "What happened?" And I was like, I had a great weekend. I rode my horse, hung out with my kids, I drank wine with my boyfriend. The best weekend ever. And they're looking at me like, "Okay, we hate you." And I was like, "It's fine."
Yeah, I don't care. Like I think you just get to.
I'm like, you have to do what you have to do. Like, if you want to like make me the scapegoat, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to be like, okay, fine. I'll just make that. I'll just pivot and just go that way.
Yeah. I feel it. Like I'm like that too. I'm very righteous. Like I will not stand down if I believe something. Like I'm almost like annoying. Like don't fuck with me on something I feel really strongly about.
It's interesting because I'm actually not that way. I am strong with my conviction, but I won't be on my soapbox. I'm like, if you're not going to listen to me, I'll just
keep going like a broken record. I'm annoying. I'm
like, I'm not listening anymore. Like I tuned out.
I need to be more like that.
Yeah,
my
just be
mouth
like-
gets me in trouble all the time. I just don't shut up. I'll just keep going with the same bullshit. And I'm like a rehasher too. So then everyone's just like, all right, we don't even want to hear what you have to say anymore. Because I am so righteous about something, I have to stand by it.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, I just feel like sometimes when people aren't listening, it's just like then you have to guide them to a different way.
No, you're smart. Do
you know what I mean? Because it's like sometimes it's just like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
But I like that you rehash. I would love to hear that one time. I would definitely. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna like on social media like, I heard you rehashing. You're fire.
I'm sad. I love it. So here, I have a funny question for you. So the Housewives, like I know you had you had your own life outside of that. So Housewives, past or present, who is one that you would follow, like a boss you'd follow?
Well, who I do follow is Margaret Josephs. And, we talked about this again.
I sat with her. I talked to her. She came
amazing. She's amazing. And, we like, I love this podcast because you're talking about things that really, really resonate with me. And she is so authentic. And I actually met her on one of my podcasts that I started a long time ago. And she was just cool and fun. And we knew a lot of the same people. I had no idea. I'd never watched her on TV.
Yeah.
I just loved her personality. And I love how real she is. And I loved how, like, there are a lot of people that are like, be your authentic self. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, if someone's saying be your authentic self, then they're clearly not authentic. You show authenticity. You don't talk about being authentic.
Talk about it,
I'm like,
it.
Right.
Well, you could feel it. Like,
you have all these little.
I know. It's the sales thing, girl.
I know.
It's the sales thing.
I know.
It's like, it's just
I
like.
love that.
You could just feel.
I need to be more
people's
sales.
You are salesy. There's a
I'm
lot
like the
to
long
you.
game of sales. I'm like.
No, you're not. You went into, you developed a team. You're in luxury real estate, right? Developed a team. So talk a little bit about, I know the house. I love that you said it. I met Cynthia Bailey. Same.
She's a beauty.
Love her.
Love.
Same thing. She's like,
love.
Use the Housewives as a platform to do what she's doing now.
Yeah.
And same deal. But you're in real estate. So very similar to my industry in sales. So talk to me a little bit about that and developing teams.
So to be a team leader, it's like anything. You have to pick people who resonate with you, and that doesn't mean that you want like people that are identical to you. That means that you want people that do what you don't do.
Exactly.
So I was listening to this one podcast, and she's like, the best founder is someone who can give other people opportunities to do things, and they're like the overseer of everything. Yeah. Like that's a really good founder. That's a really good leader. I think that people who try to micromanage are always micromanaging, and then they're forgetting the long game. Like my job is to represent my clients, and there's things that, again, we talked about the right tool for the right job. Like, I have an amazing assistant. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. I'm on the phone with her. Tell me how you're doing this. So I'm also learning from her too. And I think that, just taking a deep breath and allowing people to do what they do well is really, really important.
Agreed. I mean,
and you cannot build anything. Anyone that says that they built things on their own
it's a lie.
Are absolute liars.
Lie.
And that is completely wrong. Every single iconic human always talks about the people that are around them.
Agreed. It takes a village.
And I have the masters of the universe around me. I have the kings and the queens of their industries around me. I'm not wasting my time with like people that don't know what they're doing.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because obviously
Is there a little soundbite for that? Like,
oh yeah, why not?
Be a queen or something, or like, give me a sales thing for that.
Oh,
you're
here,
like so good.
you hire. So you hire for your weakness. You hire what you're weak at.
Ooh,
that's what you do.
That's good.
That's the truth.
Okay,
That's what it is.
Okay,
smart business owners, they hire people that they're weak at. So for me, like I'm not techie. I know like I'm just not into like the HTML or like systems. So my husband is, right, and then the two girls that I work with.
Do you guys work? Do you work with your husband?
I do. I'm his boss.
Wait, how does that work? Do you like that dynamic?
That's the only dynamic.
I've never worked with a partner that except for my ex-husband, but I didn't work. I worked under him, not
Yes, I work on top of him. That's the way to do it,
Wait,
girl.
but what's the
That's
dynamic
way.
at home? Are you like, okay,
I
honey?
mean, that's all we know because that's how we met. So
Right.
after I was divorced, I have an ex-husband too. And after I was divorced, I met my husband. I recruited him. He was an agent of mine.
Right.
So then he turned into my best friend. And that's all we know.
Right.
It doesn't, I mean, sometimes, listen, the house is shaking sometimes. Like we'll bring
Right.
work home. But I mean, for us, that really is all that we know.
Okay, so I need to know, like, okay, so if there is let's say I meet, because I'm single, let's say I meet some, like, smoking hot guy who I work with. What, I know, right?
I
Why
love
not?
it.
I know, me too.
There has to be, there's so many hot real estate guys.
I know.
I walk around New York, I see.
Okay, all right, so like just at this like hypothetical scenario, hypothetically if I meet
Yeah.
the smoking hot guy who's in real estate and we're working together, like how do I navigate that at home?
Well, first.
Not at work, because work I'm fine
Yeah.
with, but how do we navigate at work? At
Okay,
home?
so first, my opinion, get him younger. My husband's 8 years younger than me. Young. Yeah. And then at home, there just has to be a safe place where you're like, sometimes like my husband will be like,
do you have a safe word?
we don't have a safe word. He just looks at me, he's like, Mar.
Ferrari.
Enough. Usually it's like Mar enough.
Margarita.
Yeah, I need it. Like,
enough is the
enough.
word.
Like
Yeah.
enough. Like stop. Like, or he'll just stop listening to me. That's what he'll walk away. And just
Wait,
stop
what sign are you?
responding. I'm a Libra.
I'm a Taurus. Wait,
Yeah.
what's your birthday?
October 14th.
May 1st.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
So he just knows, and he's Scorpio, so he just knows, and he just doesn't feed into my shit. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Because sometimes I want to argue with
Right.
him, and he's
Like, no.
no.
So are all your children from one father or from two?
No, I got 2 baby daddies, girl.
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
love. Okay,
yeah. I have,
great.
my first husband, who actually is like, he's one of my really good friends, so it works
Love
out.
that.
It works out. It
I
took
love
years.
that. I
And
love
then my husband, and we have the little one with my husband. So the 2 big ones are from my ex-husband, and then the little one is.
You know what's interesting too, like not to switch gears about dating and relationships, but I have this hot podcast on iHeartRadio. We talk about dating and relationships. And I was just doing a video today talking about like what I'm looking for.
What are you looking for?
And what I'm not looking for. And one thing that I am not looking for is for someone to talk badly about my ex. He's my ex.
Yeah.
And I can
how I
say
feel.
whatever I want.
I can talk shit about my
I can say
ex-husband
whatever
all day
I want,
long.
however I want,
Don't
all
talk
day
shit
long.
about
Right.
him.
But if you talk about him, I'm like,
Yeah. Then I start getting defensive because like sometimes like my husband will like, he'll throw a comment and I'm like,
Right.
I could say that. You cannot say that.
Right. And it's interesting because like I dated a guy who had 2 ex-wives and he was always like, this one's like this and this one's like that. I'm like, I don't want to hear about them. By the way, first of all, I don't talk about my ex. Like I don't. And even like on television, I was like, can you talk about your ex? I'm like, no, he's fine on his own. He doesn't need your like limelight. But what's interesting is that when guys do that, I'm like, that is such a huge turnoff. Like I don't
want to hear about it. See, that's why I did younger, no baggage.
But this one guy that I met who's like so hot, he was like, well, I know this girl, but we didn't date. Or I went on a couple of dates with her a long time, but we never had sex. And he's just so transparent. I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. Like, I would never say that.
Yeah,
I would never give the intel, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to say. It was a little.
Yeah.
You're probably like a little weirded out. Like, all right, thanks for sharing, but
No. I mean, I actually appreciate the fact that he's like very like trying to give me information, but not try to make me jealous.
Okay, I mean,
which I thought was like
that's
super
nice.
mature.
Yeah, it is mature.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have said that though. You're right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been like, yeah, I went out with this guy, but we didn't have sex. I don't know that
Right.
I'd throw that even in there.
So now, what about your kids? So you have these 2 baby daddies. You have this monster business. You have this amazing body.
Yeah.
So how do you tell your girls, your daughter, like, be like me?
I just show her. That's what it is. Like I don't know if this has happened to you, but I had a lot of mom shaming, like growing, raising the kids. And I also travel. So I have offices all over the US. This year I've definitely simmered down, but for the last 3 years, I was on a plane every 8 to 10 days. And people would say shit all the time. My family, friends say shit. But if you ask my daughter will tell you, first of all, I'm very, very close with her. All 3 of the kids, okay?
Right.
And I show
No, but
up
we're
for
talking about the
everything.
daughter specifically.
Yeah, but my daughter, she gets to see it. Like she came to dinner, like she's always present, and she's my biggest fan.
Love
and
that.
honestly, like she's so proud of me, and she gets to witness. She saw we didn't always have money. We don't come from money. She saw the story, the struggle. She saw what happened. So she knows. So there's never been a time where she's like, I'm not proud of you. And anything, she's so proud, so proud, and she gets to come sometimes.
I love
she's here in
that.
New York with me right now. So
It's interesting what you were talking about, the mom shaming, though, is that like when you are a woman who is successful and who has been married and is trying to like do things on their own, It's not like I don't want to have a relationship with a man. It's like I just haven't found the right man to be in a relationship with. And for my daughters, I mean, for them to see me, modeling and being on Playboy and working and getting my MBA and doing all these things, they've seen me do all these things. And a lot of the parents are like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah.
I know, the parent that trust me.
Like, by the way, like, you can like tell me, you can like say how awful I am and how horrible I am. But at the end of the day, like, I have great kids.
Yeah. So, and you know what? So do I. Like, I always laugh. I go, my neighbors.
Don't let them shame you.
My neighbors definitely think I'm like a drug dealer or I do something super inappropriate. I'm almost sure of it. But it's only because,
What?
I'm almost sure they do. I'm almost positive of it because I'm never home. And then you see, like, then I do like to entertain. So when I'm home, I like to have big parties.
That's
like,
so fun.
I just like
What's
to
wrong
do
with
it.
that?
Nothing. But I know these creepy neighbors. They definitely have what to say. I know for sure. But as far as like the kids go, the first thing I know for sure, and call it selfish, I have to be happy.
Right.
I have to. And that means going to the gym and taking care of myself and looking good and feeling good.
Right.
So if I'm happy, then I can be 100% the best mom. And I know this about myself. So I don't really care what anybody has to say about, what I'm doing or what I'm not doing and the traveling and the looking good. Like, you can go. I don't really care.
Right. Because they have a choice. They're making a choice.
And my kids are good kids.
So is that like your like favorite thing to do? Is that like your downtime thing is to like entertain? And
yes.
Are you really good at entertaining?
I like to be with good people.
Are you like a tabletop kind of person or like a big party person?
I don't party as much anymore, but I definitely like to make sure that everybody around me is having a good time.
Right.
That's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
And to show my love is I like to give back.
So then when are you like off?
Never.
You're like seem like you're like 110% all the time.
No, not all the time. Sometimes I have downtime and I make sure that I have downtime.
Yeah.
So I like to have some, quiet in the morning. I mean, I definitely have 2 hours to myself. That's gym time.
Right.
To get like
2 hours.
I just need to. It's not necessarily in the gym, but I just need 2 hours in the morning just
like,
to like.
Oh my God.
But there are times.
I was like, I'm like 25 minutes.
No, there's some.
I'm like, thanks.
There are times where I just like to be. Let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about you because
I'm
Forbes
just
named you.
interested.
I know that's what happened. We could talk all day. I know. I'm ready to put the cards down, and just not look anymore because I have my own questions. I'm like, but so I know that Forbes named you real estate mogul. That is amazing.
Thank you.
I know that you have a passion for animals.
Thank you.
Sometimes you bring the animals on set with you. Is that true?
My little puppy Tarzan.
That's so
Polo
cute.
ponies don't like to go on set. They'd like to stay in their barn.
You're like a real animal lover. Like, I'm terrified of birds.
You are?
I'm terrified.
Okay, you know how you have to love birds? Is there's an app where you can actually find out like what bird is chirping, and all of a sudden it's going to be this new thing because you're like a very curious person. Then all of a sudden you're going to be like, that is not a bluebird, that is a da 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 da,
Maybe
and you're
that'll
going to like
help me.
love it, and then you're going to be like, oh my God, that bird. It's like
Maybe that'll help me because
I'm
I won't
serious.
even walk
You
on the
will
same
love
side
it.
of the street as a bird. And in New York, they're everywhere.
Well, those aren't birds.
I know they're gross.
Those are called pigeons.
Yeah, they're disgusting. But it's really ducks. That's where it started.
I mean, they are birds.
They're
Sorry.
gross. They're just gross. I don't know.
They're ducks.
And they can smell fear. They
you say
smell
they're
my fear.
ducks?
No, it's ducks that bit me. That's where it started from.
A duck? Like a
bit me.
mallard? Like a real duck?
Like a real
Like a
duck.
quack quack?
Yeah. It bit me. And then my fear. I know it's bizarre. I'm not scared of crocs, snakes, none of that. Just
Did you try to
birds.
feed it?
Yes, and then I was teasing it as a child, and then it bit me.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, okay.
So tell me like how the closing of the deals, right? You're a huge real estate mogul here. Forbes named you this. Obviously, if it's in Forbes, girl, that you are the real deal.
Thank you.
So talk about closing the deal for me.
So closing the deal it's a very interesting process. I work in 3 different states. So I work in New York and California and Florida. And one of the things that I'm good at is we talked about teaming. So I work with other teams sometimes in states to help.
Smart.
But I also am licensed in that state. So it's not like I'm doing a referral. I'm working on those deals, and I talk to my clients all the time, and I talk to the teams, and I learn from them about what they're doing and how they're doing it. It's very difficult to work in multiple states because laws change and a lot of the dynamics change, and like you have to really kind of know who are the people in your neighborhood. Like that's like my real estate. That's my like. Who are the people in your neighborhood for my client? Okay, you're living in this neighborhood. This is how you're going to live.
Yeah.
So what does that look like? And so really knowing that, because neighborhoods change so much, it's really, really important. But closing a deal has a very interesting dynamic. And I like to call it a dance because there's no like, I'm closing these deals. People that are on $1 million listing and they're like, I'm balling, I'm
doesn't
closing
work
these deals.
like that.
They are not closing deals.
Yeah.
Closing a deal is listening to your client. And I mean, we're closing this deal right now with one of the biggest developers in New York. And he said to me, I got to give it to you. He's like, I wasn't a seller. And he's like, you just kept after me and after me and after me with clients. And I was just like, oh my God. I almost started crying. I was like, wait a minute. Like, I closed some really big deals, but for someone like that to say to me that he was really impressed by me when he deals with deals all the time, he did like $100 million deals all the time. For him to say that was a really, really huge compliment. So it's a dance. You have to listen to your clients.
Yeah.
And needs and wants are super important. And then
not your needs and wants. I think that's
mine.
A big thing too. People don't know.
And
in
by
sales,
the way,
they look at their needs and wants.
I walk away from deals all the time. I'm like, you know, this is not the deal. I'm not going to like, you know, take your apartment for X amount of dollars just so I can get a commission. It's not my game. I'm a long game kind of person. Like, I want people to say, I trust Kelly.
Yeah, and you want returning clients.
And if you don't trust me, there's no way you're going to tell people like what I've done, or you know how like they you know, believe in me. It's really, really important to trust people and to trust me, and that's crucial in my business.
Because you're authentic. That's why people can feel your energy, and that's the key to sales. Though I say the same thing. It's a dance. Sometimes you have to go out to come back in and meet somewhere in the middle, and it doesn't always take place on the first time. So it's okay. But then you're right. Sometimes you have to walk away, and when people know you're willing to walk away and you're not in it for the money and you're there for them and not for you,
1,000%.
But you can see that about you as soon as you like. You can
I always
feel
say,
it.
I'm like, if you don't want to do this, we're not doing this. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, like it's okay. Next, like it's fine.
I have other deals. It's fine. I'm just going to work on them and let me know when you want to do something.
It's all about listening to. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. There's a reason for it.
I love that.
Right? See, I got good ones today. I'm on it today.
I know
girl.
you
I'm
are.
on
You're
it
good
today.
at these. I know.
I got some good ones.
I know. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Got it.
Got it. All right, girls. So I love playing games. Like I really do like to have a lot of fun because that's what it's all right. In life, you have to have fun. Yeah. So I'm gonna play a game with you, like boss I'd like to follow versus boss I'd like to unfollow. So underneath you or right next to you, right there, you have a green and red flag. So I'm going to read you some questions, and if you want to follow this person or thing, you're going to hold up your green flag and not follow red flag.
Start your engine.
All right, ready, girl? Rum, rum. Here we go. All right, people that come to an open house just for the food or drinks, are you following them or unfollowing?
First of all, I don't have open houses for people that just come for food or drinks. That doesn't happen, first of all. Everything's by appointment only, so unfollow.
There you go. I love it. Yes, you don't have time for this shit.
Appointment only. Like, I don't want random people.
All right, someone that is a side hustler. Someone that has like a side hustle. But see, I would...
You know, a side hustle means that you're really not focused on what you're doing.
You have to be 100% all in. Agreed.
Sorry. I know people are like really into the side hustle now, but
it doesn't work. You have to be 100% all in, or that's it. You can't be a side hustle. Modern and less functional decor homes. Follow someone that has a modern or in less functional home. Follow them or not?
Unfollow both, because modern is dated and less functional needs work. So unfollow.
Okay, someone that has a home that's warm and broken in. Follow or unfollow?
Follow. Warm and broken in.
I like that too.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the chocolate chip cookie effect.
All right, so I don't really know how this was written, but since Tyson's Chicken was your first modeling gig.
How did you know that?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
So
Tyson's Chicken, yes.
So how do you feel about feathered inspired clothing? Are you following someone that wears that or unfollowing them?
Because I'm very playful with some of my clothing choices when I'm not.
Like maybe faux feathers.
So I like feathers.
I mean, I kind of like in
feathers.
A hat. Like I think it's cute.
I wore feather Manolo Blahniks to a Nick game with Cynthia Bailey. They were fire.
Fire. So follow them, girl.
Gorgeous.
Follow them.
Yes.
Follow. So yeah. All right. There you go. There you go. She's following them. All right. Someone that watches the BILFPod. Are you following them or not?
Oh yes. Yes.
You are so much fun.
Yes.
So if people want to find you, well,
Yes.
first of all, what's next for you? I want to know, like, what's in the horizon? Is it a cookbook? Is it a huge real estate deal? Are you not telling? Like, what is it?
You know, I don't like that about like people are like, well, first of all, I don't like 5-year plans. And so that's like, oh, so you're only
Because that's not even a real, like.
Well, first of all, you're only thinking about 5 years.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
you
that's
don't know
what
what's
happens
gonna
after
happen.
5 years.
I don't know.
Like that's awful. So I don't like 5-year plans, and I also don't like about what's next. I mean, you should always have a lot of things in the hopper,
Cooking in the kitchen.
of things that you really, really, really like, because you never know what's going to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You never know that people are going to be like, oh my God, I love her for that. And you just have to be ready to go. Like always ready to go.
Yes, agreed. I like that. I think that's a great piece of advice. I think that's it. The great piece of advice is you just
So
always
how do you
have to be ready.
shorten that up? Because you're the queen of
Always
that.
be ready. That's
always
it.
be ready.
You never know what life is gonna, always be ABR. Always be ready.
Always be ready.
That's it.
Yes.
So if people want to find you because you are so incredibly amazing, where would they
God.
And I actually will take your number because, well, I'll tell you after, but yes. So if people want to find you, where would they
You guys
find
can find me on socials, Kelly Bensimon. That's, all over the place, wherever you guys want. You can see me, find me, and please criticize me because I want to be better.
That's fair.
True
Nobody
story.
ever says that. I love that.
course.
Well, thanks for coming and hanging out.
Oh,
We made it
congratulations.
work. Yes, girl. Thank you. Thank you. It was amazing. Love you.
You wanna be a boss today.